All the non-believers, 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 non-believers. I'm making now.
What's good, y'all? This is Jay Varsity, and we back at it with another episode of NBA Talk. This is episode 152, and now that every team in the league has most likely played their first games already, we're just gonna get on. We've had some exciting games this week, including that double overtime Knicks Celtics game. That was an absolutely insane game. That felt like a playoff game. Jaylen Brown went absolutely crazy. Evan Fournier came through in the clutch. It, it was nothing but straight up drama. This season has started out with a bang, and we're gonna go over the games from last night. But how are you guys enjoying the start of the season so far? I want you to answer that in the comment section down below, because I I love this sport. I love the sport of basketball. It just brings me joy to see when the NBA season comes back, and especially with the way this season has been playing out, that it's more of an even playing field. It just brings joy. It just brings joy to me to watch the sport that I've grown to love. But anyway, we're gonna get right on into it. You're seeing the title of this episode, and it is Stephen Curry's huge bounce back game against the Clippers. I know that I've said in previous episodes that if you're gonna teach the game to kids today and they want to play the point guard position, I would teach them to be the traditional point guard like Chris Paul. But there's something about when you watch Stephen Curry play that you're just mesmerized. What I saw this man do in that first quarter alone, forget the fact that he dropped 45. What he did in that first quarter alone is it's mesmerizing. Watching Steph Curry play, there's not going to be another one like him. The way he plays, it's mesmerizing. You you're glued to the screen because you're wondering, how does he keep doing this? You're like, how long can he keep that up? It's just beyond me how how and it's so- how lightning quick he is with his jump shot. And then what's even scarier is how easily he will give up the ball and move off ball, and when he decides to move off ball is the scariest, because he's lightning quick getting around the court. Uh, it was still a really good game between the Warriors and the Clippers, but I think that this just the highlight of it alone was just watching Steph Curry play. The Clippers did make a comeback, and they managed to take the first. They managed to end the first half with a 1 point lead after being down 19, and the game did come down to a Draymond Green layup that put a Draymond Green layup that iced the game, and Paul George hit the three, and Steph Curry hit the free throws to seal the game. But it's just the fact of when you have Stephen Curry having a 21 10 and 10 game on opening night, and then he calls it trash, and then he comes out the next game in his home opener and drops 45 on 16 to 25 shooting, and he drops eight three pointers. He just he It's just mesmerizing to watch, and you wonder how teams haven't figured out how to stop this man. How is he not considered? How some people don't consider him the best player in the world is beyond me. Like, me personally, I think he's the greatest offensive one of the greatest offensive players to ever step on the basketball court. Like, everybody had their doubts about him, and now when they see him now, what they're like, what was wrong with you for not taking him? But yeah, I've gotten enough with the Steph Curry praise. Getting on to the other game of the other game of the night, which was the Dallas Mavericks and the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks, they looked really good. They looked really, really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though Trae Young had a very slow start, his playmaking skills were still there. His, Cam Reddish looked absolutely amazing. Bogdan Bogdanovic, he he looked great as the great sharpshooter he is. Kevin Herter, um, I'm forgetting names. Oh, Clint Capella catching his lobs, getting rebounds. Eh, and then they were still missing Lou Williams, and I believe one more other person. But the Atlanta Hawks, they played great, quick. They ball move. There's plenty of ball movement, and they just looked a lot more. They played a lot more like a team than what I saw from the Dallas Mavericks. Now, now I'm about to go. Now that I mentioned the Dallas Mavericks, uh, when are we ever? And I know it's only the first game, but I just have to ask: when are we gonna see anything different from the Dallas Mavericks? When are we ever gonna see Luka Doncic play off ball? I I swear to you, every time I see a Dallas Mavericks game, Luka has the ball the entire time, and I don't see anybody moving. Everybody's just staring at Luka Doncic. And the more I watch the Dallas Mavericks, I I I just get low key annoyed. I get really annoyed because everybody's just standing there. Nobody's cutting. Nobody's trying to make a move. And all you see is probably Willie Cauley Stein or another guard come and give Luca the screen to try to create space, and then Luca goes one on one. You've done that. Hold on. You've done that for 2 straight years where Luca has been the primary ball handler, and the farthest it's gotten you is is just a playoff berth in the first round, and it got you to 7 games against the Clippers. But the fact is, Luca can't do it all. Luca can't be your only primary ball handler, and that's what frustrates me the most because they have shooters, they have defenders on this team, but there's a lack of ball movement that's all they need. Just find a way to get ball movement and get people to cut and do something other than stand there and watch Luka Doncic. It I'm watching him go one on one with Clint Capella. I'm watching him go one on one with Bogdanovich, Kevin Herter, and it's like Porzingis is literally just standing there like he's lost in space. Tim Hardaway Jr. standing there like he's lost in space. Dorian Finney-Smith, Maxi Kleber, they're all just standing there like they're lost in space. It's like, what kind of offense is this? Do you not think teams are not gonna notice that by now that all they gotta do is stop Luka Doncic and they can stop the rest and you're just not gonna ever be in rhythm because you don't do anything else but stand there. And then Porzingis pisses me off the most. You're seven. What are you? 7'2", 7'3", and you're shooting fadeaways over guards. Like, come on, dude. Get your butt on the block and just start posting them up until somebody comes and double teams you. Maybe it'll help. Maybe it'll help get Luka to play off ball if you decide to get your butt in the post. It just frustrates me that Porzingis just can't get his ass in the post. He instead of just pounding the paint and trying to dominate in a different way, he wants to take all these ridiculous 3-point shots and shooting fadeaway jumpers like he's Dirk Nowitzki. Like, come on, dude. I'm getting really pissed off with that, and that's why Atlanta blew them out. Cause once Luka fell out and once Luka never got in rhythm, Dallas just never didn't have a chance, and it just the team goes as Luka goes. And Luka always starts out slow. He did so last season. He didn't play good in the season opener against Phoenix. He played absolutely terrible. But that's been the story of the Dallas Mavericks. That's been the absolute story. Okay, now let's get on to the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat. Now, me as a Heat fan, I'm excited as hell to see what they did to the Milwaukee Bucks. But granted, I'm taking this win with a grain of salt because the Milwaukee Bucks didn't have Drew Holiday, they didn't have Brook Lopez, and they didn't have Bobby Portis. And I still haven't seen Dante DiVincenzo. So I'm going to take this win with a grain of salt because Miami did destroy them nonetheless. Giannis did have to play a lot more of that center role, but Miami defensively, they shut down the Milwaukee Bucks in multiple aspects. Kyle Lowry is already proven to be a great playmaker. PJ Tucker is a great enforcer. Jimmy Butler looks like he's back in form. I love what I saw from Tyler Hero. Dwayne Dedmon was making an impact in the paint and even hit a three-point shot. The Miami Heat just looked explosive. They looked like they wanted to make a statement, but I'm gonna hold off on them making that statement because I want to see them do that when they have their crew together. Because it's easy. It would be easy for me to brag about Miami blowing them out and about them blowing them out. The Bucks got destroyed. They're the champs. Miami got revenge. I want to see them do that also when they have their full crew. But Miami did show me some promise that they're not going to be a team that everybody can just look over in the Eastern Conference, and I'm happy to see that because everybody's talking about Brooklyn, Milwaukee, they're talking about Chicago, but then you mentioned Miami Heat and it's like people just look over it because they're like, okay, Miami's nice and all, but it's like, are they up there? And to me, Miami can get up there. They're the dark horse team you don't want to run into. When you run into an Eric Spoelstra team, you know that team is going to be well coached on defense, and they're most likely going to have a decent offense. And when you got snipers like Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, now you add Kyle Lowry, and then you add PJ Tucker, it's a whole new ball game. Miami got firepower now. It's not like last year where Miami had players in and out of the lineup and they couldn't consistently stay healthy, and then by the time playoffs came, they didn't have enough firepower to keep up with Milwaukee. So it's a whole different ball game this year, hopefully. So yeah, I believe that's all for at least this week. My next video will most likely come out on Friday, so this is going to be a pretty short episode. So yeah, that's it. That's all. If I missed anything, please hit me up in the comment section down below. And like I said, I'm not perfect. We're all human, and I might not catch everything. So like I said, hit me up in the comment section down below if I forgot to mention anything. And so yeah, that's it. That's all. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell if you like basketball content. Stay safe. This is your boy Jay Varsity, and I'm out. Peace.
To all the non-believers, I make a non-believer say, oh my God, ain't nothing too incredible for